Hello, everybody. It is 8:09 here in Florida. What's up, Vince?
He's my brother dumbass when she found out like 2 hours ago, so WTF player.
Vince, thank you so much for the second super chat channel support of the stream. I greatly appreciate that. I had to rush and get this thing set up really quick. I was trying to start a little earlier. I was helping with bedtime with our daughter. I'm on a little later than I was hoping to be. But it's all good. I'll probably shoot for 30 minutes to an hour. Maybe we'll meet in the middle and do a sweet 45. Yeah? Welcome, guys. I'm a little discombobulated right now. I literally just kind of like... It took me 10 minutes to start this thing just because I was running downstairs. I was getting PJs on. I was brushing teeth. I was helping do bedtime routine. I was cleaning the kitchen, all while this clock was ticking down. So I literally just ran up. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. I apologize. But yeah, man, welcome Oscar and Vince. Thank you guys so much for the first super chats of the stream. This topic tonight is one that, all right, long story short, I'm working on a video that is kind of on par with the topic of this stream. Childhood nostalgia. I grew up in the 90s, and I'm kind of working on a video that heavily touches on that. It's going to be a long video. I'm writing a super long script. It's at like 4 pages right now, which is long for YouTube, and I'm still working on it. It's just kind of like a blast from the past. Anybody that grew up in the 90s, like I did, I think you'll enjoy it and recognize a lot of things. It'll be a fun discussion, a fun trip down memory lane, right? So I figured this topic would be a fun one to kind of share with you guys. And, you know, different folks from different generations will obviously have a variety of different things that kind of make them remember when they were younger. Memories that bring them back. Things that they owned that bring them back, you know what I mean? So, maybe you were born, I was born in 1986, so my, I guess, decade of growing up when I was a kid was the 90s, you know. In 1990, I was 4 years old, and in 1999, I was 13 years old, so... You know, it's a pretty big, I consider that my childhood, you know, that decade. So, who grew up when I did? Who's around the same age as me? We can reminisce about familiar things. If you're born later or earlier than me, what brings you back? What brings you back? But welcome, guys. Oscar Rodriguez. Good to see you, man. Oscar says, Indiana Jones on VHS, Harry Potter, and Pokemon. So, of the 3 things that you just listed, the one that I have a lot of nostalgia for, obviously, is Indiana Jones. I was kind of too late for the Harry Potter craze. I mean, the books came out when I was a kid, but I never read any of them. I didn't really know of their existence. I don't think I saw any of the movies until I was, like, in my 20s, to tell you the truth. I don't even know when the first one came out, honestly. And Pokemon, that was after me as well. I mean, I think Pokemon started kind of getting a following when I was in high school. I could be wrong about that. So, I think I was a little too old to get impacted by that craze. But Indiana Jones, yeah, that was... I mean, I watched those movies all the time as a kid. So, out of those 3, Oscar... Indiana Jones is obviously kind of right there at the tip top of my list of things that bring me back. So, and that being said, I'm excited to see Dial of Destiny. You know, I've heard mixed things, but, you know, I got to go see it for myself, right? Sapity, for me, the Lego sets from the 90s that I played all the time were the Knights in Shining Armor one. Like, the big mound of grass that you could build castles on and stuff. The horses with the, I don't know, like those draped saddles, like those flag saddles. Yeah, I played the hell out of the Knights in Shining Armor Lego sets from the 90s for sure. Vince and Swish, thank you both for the super chats as well. Vince says, in Return of the Jedi, after Han has seen Leia make out with Luke, he asks if she loves him, and she says yes. So he's like, ah, shit, alrighty then. And she goes, silly Han, he's my brother, dumbass. When she found out like 2 hours ago what the fuck, Leia. You didn't know? I knew, obviously. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Obviously I knew. Pfft. Yeah, it was just a little peck. It was a family peck. Han, you didn't know? Han, come on. Anyway, I think you already took off, Vince. The boss is calling and I'll catch you later. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the super chat channel this evening. If you're back on later, I'd love to, because I think we're close. Maybe you've mentioned it before. I don't actually know how old you are, but I always get the vibe that maybe you're a little older than me, or maybe around the same age as me. And I'm sure we could reminisce about many of things tonight, if you're back on at a certain time. But I appreciate that, man, and I hope you're doing well. Anyway, Swish, thank you so much. Swish says, my big nostalgia hits, lots. 27. Remember, Revenge of the Sith, the big, I can't speak this evening. Revenge of the Sith is a big one. Rainy Days also teleport me back in time. Don't forget the GameCube. I miss the GameCube. I never owned a GameCube. I was primarily playing the PC when that thing came out. Rainy days don't bring me back, but I will tell you what weather events do bring me back, Swish. So, whenever it starts getting cool outside, like in Florida, so I live in Florida, as you guys know. We don't get very many cool months, but when it gets to be like, I don't know, November, and you start feeling a tiny bit of, a little slight chill in the air, and it's all relative. Our chill in the air is nowhere as chilly as a lot of your chills in the air. But whenever that first chill in the air hits, maybe it'll be around like Halloween, early November. Hey, anybody know the band Early November? That's when I start, I don't know, that first chill in the air always brings me back to being like, 10, 11, 12 years old, running around the neighborhood, playing street hockey, playing tag, going trick-or-treating, playing in the backyard fort. For whatever reason, that change in weather always teleports me back. And then for whatever reason, it always makes me want to listen to the music that I grew up listening to. I'm not talking, like, I grew up listening to a lot of music, like, from my dad's generation. Like, I listened to a lot of Motown or Bob Seger, that kind of stuff, the Beatles growing up. But my generation's 90s, like alternative. Whenever that chill in the air hits, I always have a huge desire to like listen to a lot of 90s alternative. Whether it's the Toadies or I don't know, Smashing Pumpkins, I always have a I don't know, like a weird nostalgic swing around that time. But anyway, Swish, you're only 9 years, or no, you're 10 years. I just turned 37, so you're 10 years younger than me. There you go. Anyway, I appreciate that, Swish. Cheers. We all have different nostalgic hits, right? Yes, Darth. Dude, how do you remember that? When have I ever talked about that, man? Darth Caradras? How do I pronounce that? I'm a big dummy, and my mouth doesn't work that well, and my brain doesn't work that well as well. So how do I pronounce that? Can you phonetically spell that for my dumbass? Darth says, was it you, Greedo, that had a friend that got a cat literally every year since he was born? When have I ever talked about that? Yes, I must have mentioned it in the past. Interesting. I don't remember ever talking about that. Then again, I've talked about a lot of things on this channel that I probably don't remember, right? But yeah, Darth, funny that you mentioned that. This kid who, he was probably, I want to say he was probably like 7 or 8 years older than me when I lived in Georgia. And when I would say 7 years older than me or so. And I'm guessing he was probably 14 or 15 at the time. Caradras. I appreciate it, even though I'm still probably butchering it, man. Yeah, this kid that lived next door, they had... Oh, he was... Okay. With the time period that I'm thinking of, he was 16, because they had 16 cats. He got a cat every single year for his birthday. This family had fucking 16 cats. Now, I like cats. We have a couple cats. But 16 cats? That's too many cats. I've been into houses with my job where we go in and they have an ungodly amount of pets. And generally, this is a generalization, but it's built from experience, their houses are gross. I don't remember this guy's house being gross. But, yeah, man, 16 cats. And the funny thing is, they were all outdoor cats, so they just kind of roamed the neighborhood. And I remember one night, me and my dad were watching Arachnophobia. The movie Arachnophobia starring Jeff Daniels, I believe. Yeah, Arachnophobia starring Jeff Daniels. We were watching that at home. And we had all the doors open and the windows open. I don't remember why. There might have been something leaked and we were airing something out. I really don't remember why we had them all open. But when the movie ended, we got up and started walking around the house, and we had a ton of cats, like those neighborhood cats, just lounging around our house. And we were like, what the hell? So, maybe I've told that story before and that's where that comes from. I don't remember. Anyway, it's interesting. I don't remember talking about that, but I must have. Thanks for bringing me back, Darth. I think the early years of post-iPhone internet was kind of fun, like 2009 to 2014-ish. Post-iPhone internet. Doom cause. I wasn't really a part of that. I think I got my first smartphone in 2013. I'm pretty sure that's when I got my first smartphone. I was kind of a relatively late adopter to it. Most people that I knew already had one. I didn't get my first one until about 2013, though. I'm going to ask some things right now. And anybody that's around my age, maybe you'll remember these things. Does anybody, or maybe it wasn't around your area, does anybody remember Qzar? Qzar. Qzar. Anybody remember Qzar? Played the shit out of some Qzar. Anybody remember Hey Dude? I don't know why. See, I started writing this video and now I'm in a super nostalgic mood. I got, like I said earlier, I got 4 pages of this video made, or written, and I'm going to continue it. It's just going to be a blast from the past kind of video that, I don't know, it's kind of fun to write. Qzar, Hey Dude, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Which I don't know, I feel like they brought that back. Qzar was a really fun laser tag. I don't know. Laser tag arena? I guess you would call it. And, you know, back in the day, I played a lot of laser tag, but nothing compared to Qzar. You wore like a really heavy-duty vest. The blaster kind of looked like a Stormtrooper's E11. The sound effects, there was always like smoke and fog and really dark and neon and black lights. And they had arcades. And like I said, played a lot of laser tag back in the day, but nothing compared to Qzar. I'm sure you can look up videos and pictures from the 90s and whatnot, but yeah, man, Qzar. That's where it was at. Apparently, there's still a few that are around. It looks a little different these days than it did back in the day. Yeah, Qzar, man. Hell yeah. I can still hear the sound effects when I think about it. Good times. That's how it goes, man. 80s kid from the 90s. Most of these places no longer exist, right? Man, I remember, like, Qzar was in Georgia, and I know they were in Tennessee too. I don't remember. I really don't know where else they were, but I remember the first time we moved to Florida and we were gonna go play laser tag, and I was just like, hell yeah! In my head, I thought it was gonna be like Qzar, but I was sorely disappointed. It sucked compared to Qzar. Yeah, anyway. Laser Quest. That sounds fun. There's a place that has a bunch of stuff like that around us. And we've been taking our daughter to it lately. They have like indoor rock climbing, arcades, giant trampolines, like a Ninja Warrior like arena kind of thing for kids. They also have laser tag. I've never tried it. It looks super tiny. It's like a small building within a building. Maybe me and my daughter will try that one day. But yeah, I played a lot of laser tag as a kid, and then a lot of paintball as well. We used to play I got my own paintball gun, or marker as they say, and my friends all did too, and we would go into these neighborhoods that were under construction, and we would play paintball in these under construction neighborhoods. So like there'd be 4 houses or whatever in a cul-de-sac that were being built, and we would play paintball in that cul-de-sac like on a weekend. It was fun. Oscar Rodriguez, once again, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Oscar says, not sure if you've seen Young Indiana Jones. The first 6 episodes are a chore, but the Sean Patrick Flannery ones range from mediocre to pretty damn good. Oganga? What is Oganga? Let me look this up. Oganga. Oganga, the giver and the taker of life. Is that an episode? Oh no, that's 11th film in the adventures of young Indiana Jones. No, so Oscar, I honestly don't think I've ever seen one of the young Indiana Jones shows or movies or whatever. I mean, maybe I've seen bits and pieces here and there, but I really have no memory of ever watching them. Yeah, I know I believe they're all on Disney Plus now, right? I think. But yeah, I have no memory of watching those. I don't even know really anything about them. Yeah. I can't say that I'll ever go back to watch them. There's so much stuff to watch these days. And if I'm telling you the truth, the Adventures of Young Indiana Jones is pretty low on my must-watch list. But maybe one day, if I'm feeling a little bored and I want to experience something that I missed back in the day, maybe I'll fire one up. Check it out. Probably watch it for 10 minutes and move on to something else. I honestly don't know if I knew that Sean Patrick Flannery did anything with Indiana Jones. That's interesting, Oscar. You taught me something new this evening. But I appreciate that, man. About 600 Ewoks says, Phantom Menace commercials and promos live rent-free in my mind. What a fun time. Dude, yeah, the video that I'm writing right now is going to... It's right now, as I said, it's 4 pages long. And I haven't even got to Phantom Menace build-up and anticipation and nostalgia. There's going to be an entire probably 10 minutes devoted to talking about that. Just that build-up, that anticipation, the Star Wars Insider Magazine subscription that I had, all the commercials and promos, and just the marketing of that, and the build-up, and that anticipation. Oftentimes, no matter what it is, it's not a put down to the Phantom Menace or Star Wars, but oftentimes the anticipation, the build-up, and the marketing is kind of more fun than when you sit your ass down in the theater and watch the thing, right? But, hell yeah. Oh, the X games were super fun. Those games were super fun. My buddy, I never had a PlayStation growing up, but my buddy had a PlayStation, and we would play the X games. Rollerblade stuff. Yeah, they were a blast. Couldn't you kick? You could, kick people? I think so. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the same game. Maybe. I think it was. Yeah. And, of course, Tony Hawk. I actually bought the remastered versions of Tony Hawk 1 and 2 on the Xbox a few months ago. And I still dabble in it from time to time. My daughter actually likes it. She kind of just skates around and tries to get hit by the cars and and stuff like that. She it's fun. They did a good job remastering, or whatever you want to call it, that game, those games. Hell yeah, Ewoks. I actually was in my attic not too long ago, and I found a Star Wars Insider magazine from 1999. So I'll be featuring that in this little video that I'm making. Yeah, it was cool. I never had a Lego magazine. Really, the only two... Well, there are 3 magazines that I subscribed to back in the day that I remember. Star Wars Insider, Nintendo Power, and the PC Gamer magazine. I loved subscribing to PC Gamer. It always came with a disc, like a demo disc of a game or two, and you would look forward to that every single month. You would get a disc with a new PC game demo on it, and yeah, good times. Yeah, I used to have Guitar World from time to time. Me too, Andrew. I did when I was in high school, I subscribed to a magazine called what was it called? Adbusters? Is that what it was called? Yeah, wow. I haven't thought about this in a long time. When I was in high school, apparently they're still around. I used to subscribe to Adbusters when I was in high school. Adbusters is a global collective of poets, punks, and philosophers implementing radical design and media strategies to shake up complacent consumerist, and then ... I'm not going to click the link, but yeah. Anybody else subscribe to Adbusters or know what the hell that is? Apparently it's still it's still around. Doomcock. Yeah, I never really got into the Guitar Hero or Rock Band stuff. My friends were so into it. Like when they were in college. When they were in college, I was in the military. And they spent so many nights playing Guitar Hero and Rock Band. I don't know which one they primarily played, but like I missed the mark on that. I wasn't a part of that. The only one that I ever played and ever actually owned was the Beatles Rock Band, which was fun, but yeah, I didn't really get into that. I was doing things. Oh. Buzz movie? I don't think I knew that existed. Oh my god. Ewoks, I remember YTMND. You're the man now, dog. I remember that. Holy shit. That and like Homestar Runner. There were a few sites like that out there. I forgot about them. Oh my god. You're the man now, dog. You're the man now, dog. Wow. I forgot about that site. Wow. Ahead of its time, I believe. Ahead of its time. Wow. Bringing me back there, Ewoks. Yeah, there were a few sites like that, like the best page on the internet, or the best page in the universe. YTMND. Homestar Runner. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole of like early 2000s websites tonight when I'm laying in bed. See what I can remember. Walking it back. There you go, man. There you go. Yeah, Brock. Brock says, I hear you on that, Greedo. Been in the Navy for 3 years now. All my friends are graduating university and stuff now, and I'm rethinking life choices. Yeah, it's funny. Like, I look back on those times. All my friends were in college. They're all doing great. And here I was. I flunked out of 2 colleges. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me where I can't stick this out? I didn't really care for school. But so I just decided, probably like you, I just decided to enlist. And I was like, I got to do something, man. So yeah, all my buddies were doing great in college, and here I was. I didn't know what the hell to do, so I just did that. And I missed out. I say I missed out on a lot of fun, but I still got to participate from time to time. I wouldn't change it for anything, but like it is interesting to go back and think about. They were all doing their thing, and here I was doing something drastically different, you know. Yeah, I watched Roger Rabbit when I was a kid. Homestar Runner was a staple in my early internet days. Yeah, man, for sure. Me as well. I remember in, I think it was like later in high school, we had a computer art class. Me and my friends, we took it together. And we would go on there. We would go, what are some other websites we would go on? Like I said, I'm going to have to go down a rabbit hole and kind of look up some like early 2000s websites. Yeah, you'll have unique stories, right, Brock? Out of the norm. Unique experiences that nobody will in your friend circle will ever truly understand. That's what's interesting. Like, you know, none of my friends were in the military. I'm still best friends with all those dudes, and we still get together once a year at the minimum to rent a cabin together. But like, it is interesting. Like, I got stories, I could talk about things, but I just know that they didn't experience it, and it wouldn't, you know. I don't know. It's weird. Like, that being said, you meet somebody who is also in the Navy, then you have that instant connection. You can just tell stories and talk about bullshit, but like, it's a completely different world, and yeah, it's strange. I don't know how to describe it. Like, ultimately, you know, I'm kind of a firm believer that things just work out. I mean, not without effort, but like right now, I'm in a great place. I wouldn't change anything for the world. You know, I went into the Navy, got out of the Navy, worked some random jobs, did some freelance stuff, went to school to become an EMT, went to school to become a firefighter. And now I have a career that I'm going to spend, you know, the next 20 years doing, EMT firefighter. And so, yeah, like, you know, should have done this 10 years ago, but, you know, I got a family, solid career. I wouldn't change anything for the world if I could go back. I'm betting on the whole thing just work. Well, not without effort, of course. Not without direction, not without focus and drive, right? But, yeah. Anyway. Oh, shit. We are 12 minutes over the 30-minute mark that I laid out. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for me tonight. I'm super tired. I got bags under my eyes. I'm so tired, man. I looked in the mirror, and I was like, man, I look like a tired son of a bitch. And I'm sleepy. I'm going to try to go to bed early tonight. I got to work tomorrow, so that's how it is. Anyway. But yeah, man, fun little reminiscing live stream about random stuff. Like I said, I'm working on a video kind of on this same topic. It's just kind of me feeling super nostalgic for probably 20 minutes, you know. But we'll see. Been very busy lately, obviously with the job, but also in life. My daughter is on her summer break, so I've really had zero time to do live streams or make videos. So that's probably going to be the case for the next couple months. So I'm hoping to get this video out in the next month or so. Cross my fingers that I'll find the time. But You know how these things go on this channel, right? I'm not a prolific YouTuber. I don't upload a lot. I don't do a lot, but it's still fun. So, all right, guys. Have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks to all the super chats. Thanks to everybody for hanging out in the chat. I'll see you when I see you. I don't know when that'll be, but I'll see you when I see you. All right? Cool? See ya.